Okay, this is going to be the start of a little project. I am currently sat in what used to be my darkroom, and there's a few clues as to what it used to be. I got the Enlarger switch over switch here. Used to have the safe light up there, that was on that switch. This used to be my wet side here, so I'd have my developer fix and stop bath here, and then at the end here there's a sink. That's the sink bit's got a bit of wood over it now, and that's where I'd wash the prints when I was finishing developing them. This desk here, this little table here, was where the Enlarger used to sit on the dry side. There's a few other little clues there. I mean, there's the old enlarging computer. The safe light is still in there, nice and safe, and just outside of here you can see the trays and things, so everything's still lying around. So I'm going to give it one last go well, not one last go, but another go at doing totally analog photography. So I've already developed my films, and black and white films, I already developed those, but I scan the negatives. What I'm hoping to do now is to go one stage further and to actually produce prints from the negatives using the Enlarger. Now I have a problem, however. First hurdle to cross is that the Enlarger is a Zenith Enlarger, and it's currently sitting under this computer here. Okay, so that little briefcase under there, that is a Zenith Enlarger. Now, the last time I opened that box, which was probably 5-6 years ago, I discovered that the sponge was starting to turn to liquid rubber. Now, 5 or 6 years of storage has probably not done it any favours, but so the first task is probably going to be to open up that box, see what the components are like in there, and try and remove the offending rubbery sponge stuff. And then see where I go from there. Okay, so a couple of weeks has passed and I've managed to retrieve it from the attic stroke dark room. So as you can see, it's a briefcase made of wood, and what happens is this actually doubles as the base of the Enlarger when it's in use, and that's what this hole's for. So in this hole the Enlarger sits. Can't remember what that bracket's for, yeah, so time to open it up and find out what's inside, eh? Okay, so the big reveal. What on earth is going to be inside of here? Well, I suppose it could have been worse. The rubber's definitely disintegrating. It's definitely very sticky. It's stuck to some bits. Yes, that doesn't feel good. Right, what have I got in here? I think I've got all the bits. This is the main Enlarger section. This is the pole that fits into this adapter here. That's okay. And then these two halves here form the light chamber into which this bulb goes. That's the bulb holder. This here is the film carrier, which looks salvageable. I'm guessing this is the lens. That was very close to coming to a bad ending. And this, of course, is the light bulb. Now, back in the day, these were actually special light bulbs, and the reason they were special was not because of what they were made of or anything, but because they didn't have the writing on the end. Normally, the writing on a bulb is on the end, but that would have lent to all your photographs having 240 volts, 50 hertz, 60 watts written all over them. So on these bulbs, they put the writing on the side. In fact, I think it even says photo crescent. Yes, it is a special photographic bulb. Alright, so first job's to get this stuff removed, and then to basically start digging out all of this old foam. particularly liquid around this area here. What I'm thinking about doing is buying that sort of foam-backed vinyl you can get, and basically just line it in and stapling it so it's not glued, so you don't get this problem anymore. I'm trying to remove this support base to give me better access inside. That's going to be possible. Okay, so come out rather straightforwardly, just 3 nuts and bolts on the top, and I found out what that bracket on the back was for. It also holds it in place as well, and the centre hole is actually for the screw, the thumb screw, which goes in, which locks the enlarging tube. Okay, starting to get somewhere. I found out that using like a wallpaper scraper, I can pull off, well, I think it's actually the top coating of this hardboard, but at least it's got me down to a nice surface there. This has proven a little bit more difficult because this is straight onto the timber top. Still got some little bits to try and get out. It's taken a lot of cleaning. Let's get there. I've eventually got all the parts free of the orange gunge and foam, which I'm quite happy about. Now that's all laid out, it's basically nothing more than a projector, or if you like a reverse camera, in that what happens is you have a light source which sits inside this dome here with this reflector, and that shines the light down through 2 condensing lenses, shines the light through the negative, which sits in here, and then it shines out through here, into which is screwed a lens. That lens could be better, but it's even got an aperture dial on it, like an ordinary lens would have. So that's that there, and the light shines down onto the film, onto the paper, and that's what gives you your photographic image. There's a little safe thing in here, so what you can do is you can have the paper in place, and because the paper is not sensitive to red light, you can actually set it all up, and then it's only when you want to expose the paper to the light, which will actually burn the image, that you push this out the way, and then you can push it back again. And it's quite as simple as that, really. This lead took quite a lot of cleaning up. It's a fairly standard bulb holder, Edison screw though, which in the UK is not that popular. We have bayonets, but here we go. Yes, a Zenith UPA-5 Enlarger. I seem to remember reading somewhere that Zenith don't actually make the Enlarger. It's another company, but it's branded as Zenith. I don't know whether that's right or wrong or not. This is an Enlarger lens, which, as it happens, was actually fitted to my not this, but an Enlarger lens was actually fitted to my Zenith camera as well. Yeah, so all I've got to do now is wait until I can get some padded cloth, which I can put inside the case, and then I can start to rebuild and test. Okay, so I found these surplus carpet tiles, and I think that's what I'm going to use to line it with. Sounds like a plan. Okay, I think I'm reasonably happy with that. I think that's going to offer the protection that I want for my components inside my box. I've had to cut holes in for the tubes that go across, and also a hole in the bottom. Another thing fits into, obviously got to go around there. I haven't lined this bit. I might do it later on, but I don't think it's important for protection of the components in there. I think that should be good enough. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assemble the Enlarger, and then I'm going to take it apart and put it in the box. Okay, so this is the Enlarger fully built. This is obviously your dome. You've got your condensing lenses in here. This here is a drawer which lets you put a filter in there, colour filter, which if you use with multi-grade papers allows you to alter the contrast. The lens sits in there with its aperture ring. To focus it, use this wheel here. It does actually have an automatic focusing system, where once you've set the focus, if you then use this wheel to alter essentially the zoom, the focus will automatically flow with the zoom. There's a safe flight there, and that's about it really. So if I just turn the lights off a second, and I turn the light on using this switch at the back here, and there you have it, a picture you should have. A negative, of course. See if I can get the brightness about right. Is that full aperture? Yeah, that's full aperture. So I can of course stop the aperture down like that, which makes it darker, which I probably would do if I was taking a print. And I'd probably expose that for, you know, a good maybe 30 seconds, minute, maybe even longer. And that would do the trick. So I'll turn that back off for now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle it and put it all back in the case, and hopefully that new fabric that I put in there is going to allow me to put everything away and keep it from rocking around and getting damaged. So here we go. Well, I think you could see there that I was getting it all sorts of wrong putting it together, but it showed you how quick that I can get it back into the case. Now that I've remembered how it actually goes, this is how it goes. Basically, I put this in completely upside down, and as a result, this tube wouldn't go flat anymore, which it needs to do to get into there. So that's that. One important piece of advice, if ever you get one of these, is the nice space there, and you could be tempted to put the bulb in there, but it doesn't work because this tube fits into that space, and you'll find you don't have a bulb anymore. Yeah, that's it. It all packs away quite nice at night, quite tidily. I'm quite happy with the way the lining of the box has gone. So the next stage now is to wait until I've taken my next roll of film, and then I will develop it, and then I'll keep the chemicals out, and I will attempt to print something using this Zenith or Zenith UPA-5 Enlarger. Until then, it can just stay neatly out of the way.